In this section, we're going to combine the understanding of arithmetic operators that we learned in the last section with our understanding of assignment. And we already understand what the assignment operator is. It's this equal sign that assigns a value on the right side to a variable on the left side. But we can extend its functionality using arithmetic operators. For instance, suppose we want to increment this variable a by some arbitrary number. Instead of having to write it long form like this, where we take a and assign it a new value of itself plus the number we want to increase it by, we can simply use this assignment operator with this addition operator to shorthand it. And similarly, we can do the same thing with subtraction. We just simply use the subtraction, the minus operator, with the assignment operator to decrement our variable by some arbitrary number. Now, of course, for these two instances, we saw in the last video an even shorthand way to do it with the plus plus and minus minus operators, that is the increment and decrement operators, but those only ever increment or decrement the variable by 1. So this is kind of the generalized version of that operator we learned about in the last section. And we can extend this even further to be done with multiplication, division, and modulo operations. And so any one of these operators combined with the assignment operator allows us to kind of shorthand incrementing, decrementing, or performing any sort of arithmetic operation on our variable. So with that understanding, let's now go to our browser to see how all of these render in our web page, in our console. And we see that they render exactly as we'd expect. The addition operator that adds 1 to our variable a yields 2. Then we reduce it back down to 1. Then we multiply it by 1 to get 1, divide it by 1 to get 1, and then the remainder of 1 mod 1 is equal to 0. So we can see how all of these work in action. And one thing that I wanted to point out about how we logged it to the console, you may have noticed both here and in one of the console.log functions in the last section, was that we write the string addition and then a space followed by a comma and then our variable. And so that's another way that we can print out or log data to the console without having to do string concatenation, is just doing a comma separated list essentially of all the things that we want to print out or log to our console. So now that we understand this, let's move on to logical and comparator operators.